The eyewitness told me and Amir that after somebody exited that Chrysler 300 and got into another car and took off, he said a white boy came from out of the woods. You remember that, Amir?
He said a long hair, a guy with long hair and a ponytail.
He said a white boy came from out of the woods. Next thing he know, the car was on fire.
He said he looked away for a second, and the flames caught his attention.
Now get this, Ray. Connect these dots. The next day that me and Amir went out there, Amir had the drone up in the air. We see this white guy pull up in the pickup truck while Amir's got the drone in the air, and it was so curious that he walked over to where the door was and was just kind of looking around through.
He was looking for something in particular.
Yeah, he was looking for something. And I turned to Amir and I said, record that. We need to record that, get his license plate and everything. So Amir pulls the drone over the guy's truck and records it.
Reviewing the drone video they shot, there's an older-looking white man driving a dark-colored Ford pickup truck with a camper shell. A few activists approached the driver's side window to speak with him. And no, he doesn't appear to have a ponytail.
St. Louis County Homicide, they actually came to the law office, a sergeant and a lieutenant, which I found to be quite strange that a sergeant and a lieutenant would be, usually that's not an assignment for a sergeant and a lieutenant. They came over to the office, sat down and talked to me for a few minutes in reference to the videotape and the content. And I gave them a copy of that. Never heard anything else from them.
If the witness from the Ridgeview Apartments is to be believed, Darren was not killed at the apartment complex where his body was found, because the witness never heard any gunshots. If the witness is to be believed, there are at least 3 people involved in Darren's murder, and possibly a 4th. The drivers of the 3 vehicles, and the mysterious white man who emerged from the shrubs, who may have been the one who set Darren's Jeep on fire after the fact. We wanted to begin certifying these details.
After talking to me, he ended up on the phone with Kilo, and she told me the whole conversation. She listened to everything he said.
Bonnie is telling us something Naomi later told her, that after he'd hung up with his mother, Darren had ended up on the phone with Kilo. Kilo, if you recall from episode 3, was one of the members of the rap group Darren was managing at the time, the Bottom Boys. Bonnie is saying that Naomi listened to Darren's whole conversation with Kilo.
Some white guy was there, and he was talking about doing a video. Kilo gave him a price. He said, no, man, he charging too much.
According to what Bonnie says Naomi told her, Darren's phone call with Kilo was about a white music video maker that Kilo wanted to use. But Darren was saying the price this director quoted was too high, and that he would come right over to discuss the matter. This seems to match up well with what we were told by Sharif Allen, that Darren's death revolved around an argument over something music-related.
Description that there were at least 4 parties. Did Kilo associate with anyone that jumps out that would match at the time that Chevy 4-door or that Chrysler 300?
I have no clue about any of that. Sir, that was 2016. And I know for sure I wasn't there. I highly doubt Kilo had anything to do with that. From everything I heard, I know they said it was some white people that killed him, which sounds crazy. And he was involved in all that political mess. And I know there was no arrest ever been made or any of that. They stopped investigating when they heard white people, if you ask me.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
What you're looking at is the aftermath of the grand jury deciding not to indict Officer.
29-year-old Darren Seals was murdered before his killer set his car on fire.
Once they put out the flames, they discovered Seals' body inside with a gunshot wound.
gun on me and my 14-year-old little brother. It's Ferguson PD. Grabbed me by my heart, slammed me out the car. He said you might want to pick your enemies better.
This is After the Uprising, Season 2, The Murder of Darren Seals.